Hi guys, Alfalio is back again. Anson Cochito is back. How we are doing? And I'm back. I'm better. I was down. I mentioned it the previous episode or previous video that I catch the flu. In fact, I appreciate God for good health. It hasn't been easy. In fact, it was like COVID symptoms. It was terrible, but. Is done and dusted. I'm over that now, and we're back in business. So, welcome to the World of Sport again, and welcome to Fisayo Adedipe TV. And of course, transfer news. January transfer window is almost over. Today, 23rd, and we have just about 8 days to go. Just over a week to go, and it's going to be race against times for different European clubs, right? So, first off, I'll talk about some news about transfers that's happening and also highlights of some very important gist in the world of football and sports. So, first off, let me dive into the Europa League match that happened today. And I want to say congratulations to Manchester United. They won against Rangers and they won 2-1. And it was a dramatic end to the match because they were leading 1-0 all up until 90 something minutes, stoppage time basically, because the striker of Rangers came in and equalized. In fact, just two touches, a very good goal. He actually bounced a little bit of push. He did that to Harry Maguire, and he just, shoot the ball with his left foot into the net. Very, very, very good goal. Just two touches, basically. And the jubilation was all over the place. United fans across the world was actually confused. They were feeling that if they play a draw on the log, they will be like 12 or 13 position and they will be scrambling to qualify for the knockout stages. But Fernandez, their captain, he had other ideas and he got the assist, a very good assist, and he didn't waste time. He converted it. So that was like 92nd minute or 93rd minute. So the game ended 2-1 in favor of United, and jubilation galore. The spirit, was wild. They started singing the song after the game. Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. You can complete it, United fan. So that's a good one for Ruben Amorim and his boys. In fact, Sir Alex was there. A round of applause for the players, for the coach, and it shows the tenacity of this coach. It shows a coach that has won something before he joined United, and is also eager to continue to win. For him to spell out that he inherited these players from Erik ten Hag, he cannot afford to lose or to retrogress. He must create that winning mentality to the team. And that's what he did today. He has been doing it even before today. And based on what he's saying, because his job is on the line, you cannot forever be pampering players, right? If you are brought into the club to make some changes, stamp your feet, create a very good mentality of winning, and grind out results no matter what. I'll talk about my Chelsea. So that's why I purposely said this as a foundation so that we'll compare it and contrast and look at the mentality of this Ruben Amorim. Because long run, if he started playing his 3-4-3, he's trying to form his team, trying to change the mentality of these players, of this team, and even the club, in the long run, if United are patient enough, they're going to reap the benefits. We know what he did where he came from, Sporting Lisbon, right? So good news and good job for the win today against Rangers. So they are fourth now in the Europa League, and they have one game to go, and they will not even play any qualifiers, again, if they made the top 8. So the players will be able to rest as well. So that's a good one. So let me go now to some transfer news. Omar Marmoush finally has been unveiled as a Manchester City player. He was unveiled today. In fact, right at the club, he started training with the lads because they have a game on Saturday against Chelsea. So right away, he just went for training straight. So that's a club that's mean business. So Omar Marmoush trained with the rest of the players, and because of course they'll be playing Chelsea on Saturday, and because they played Paris Saint-Germain yesterday, they lost. They threw away 2 goals lead and lost. So it's an eye-opener for City, including Pep Guardiola, that his team is not the best of times for them. He needs to find a winning formula again. And he's frustrated right now. He's really, really frustrated because his personal issues, I think, is affecting him because of the divorce of his wife. So it's affecting his players, whatever is passing across to the players, because it's unfortunate. How can he be losing like this? It's a very unfamiliar terrain for Pep, and I hope he's going to turn it around, because in the Champions League now, he may not qualify for the top 8. The way I'm looking at it. So he's going to play the playoff because they have one game at hand right now, the last game, and it is a do or die for him. That's number 1. Number 2, even the race against top 4 in the Premier League is going to be tough for him because he's actually on the neck of Chelsea, and this time around, Chelsea needs to capitalize on what happened. I believe Maresca have watched that game. He doesn't have any excuse, because the model of PSG now is that they want to be buying youngsters, and those youngsters is what actually played. They played against City yesterday, and they beat them hands down. Hands down. So Chelsea have youngsters. We lost the first game of the season in the Premier League. So on Saturday, you have no excuse. You must win that game. It's the best time for you to play City, and you must win. If you don't win and you play a draw, that means you're not going to make the top 4, because these are the kind of games that will make you make the top 4. If you compare the mentality to Ruben Amorim mentioned that he wants to keep winning. He has won this season against Pep. He doesn't respect any opposition. His own is he mean business, and he wants to win. Now, my coach, Maresca, we are not in the title race. We are not up to what City, Liverpool, and Arsenal has done over the years. Nobody cares. Stop that BS. Don't say that anymore, please. Right? Nottingham Forest, they are now second on the log, or third, whatever. Their coach is not saying we are not in the title race, or we are not in the same level with Arsenal, Liverpool, or City. Their coach is not saying that. Meaning that the higher you can play and grind out results, win as much as possible. That's the mentality. Win as much as possible. Don't lose to any opposition whatsoever. And that is what I want from my coach going forward. You respect the opposition, fine, but you don't fear them, and you must win. When you have the chance to win it. Hands down. Don't even waste time. But you showing too much respect for City, for Liverpool, for Arsenal, That's just cut that stuff away from it, please. We mean business right now. Like I said, it is crunch time in the APL. If you snooze, you lose. There's no time for being playing safe anymore. City player, their right back, finally, he has completed his loan, Kyle Walker, to go to Milan. He's already there as we speak right now, and it will be unveiled also any moment from now. So, Kyle Walker deal to Milan is 100% closed. So, Rico Lewis will be playing the right back for now. Martins Nunes also will be playing there. So, we see how it goes. So City have their three players now: Victor Reyes, Kuzanov, and Omar Marmoush. So for Chelsea have been saying they want to buy Alejandro Garnacho. I've been seeing different pictures on Twitter, on X, that Garnacho, Argentine, friend with Enzo Fernandez, blah blah. See, my humble opinion and a frank opinion as a Chelsea fan, it's one of the worst January transfer window in Chelsea history. Because I don't know what these two sporting directors are doing, chasing Garnacho for 70 million euros. That's what is in the news. And we are dying to get a midfielder and a striker and even a defender. If we have that kind of money, why are we looking for Garnacho when we already have midfield? We want a replacement for Modric. We don't even want a replacement. Let Felix and Nkunku, let them be playing that side with Sancho. Let us use that money to buy a striker. Victor Osimhen is there, Gokores is there, Sesko is there. You have 70 million euros. You can't buy a striker. You can't go all out to buy a striker. January transfer window, I can remember we bought Anelka that time. We bought Giroud that time. So I don't know what these sporting directors are doing. Now, Casade now, Lazio, they've already completed their deal, but Chelsea has not given them green light to sell Casade. 20% sell-on clauses on that deal. Enzo Fernandez is always injured because he's tired. Romeo Lavia is out too for 5 weeks now. You can't call back Santos. You are selling Casade. You are selling Renato Vega to Juve as a centre-back, 5 million loan for the rest of the season. These are shrewd businesses that I don't understand what you guys are doing. We are lacking at the centre back behind. We are lacking behind. We call back Chaluba, right? Kowi also is injured. We can't buy a centre back. Keeper is messing up all over the place. Sanchez. So something is really off. And the way I'm looking at it, if we don't start getting an act together, we need a keeper. Fine, somehow we get that. But right now, as we speak, we need a striker, not Magui or Jackson. We need a super striker that will help us over the line. That's what we need. That's what we need. If we have that money, you are buying Garnacho. So we know Garnacho. There's nothing extra because we have the players already. It's just a body, just numbers. Somebody is saying business-wise, it makes sense, but football-wise, it doesn't make sense. So it's all about the business, right? Not about the trophy anymore. In fact, if it's possible, we want you to sell it to another owner. We need another at this point. If everybody is, we can all agree that Chelsea need a striker and we need a midfielder that will help Fernandez and also Casedo. Casedo is getting burned out right now. Until that guy get injured, you now know that there's a crisis, right? So I'll rest my case. As sporting directors, you can share it to them. Chelsea faithfuls. These guys, it seems they are clueless. Because how can we be shouting that we need a striker, we need a midfielder, we need a central back, and they are chasing Garnacho? Maresca too need to be bold enough to say, this is what I want, and you stick to it, or else you'll be fired at the end of the day. Because they will judge you by your results. Look at what Luis Enrique is doing in PSG. We bounced the guy. He interviewed, but we bounced the guy. Why did we bounce the guy? Because maybe the guy says, this is how he wants to play. This is what he needs. But our people, our owners, they believe we can't dictate for this guy if we hire the guy. Just like Pochettino. So they need a boy, like somebody that just came from championship. That wants to, show himself that, yeah, I'm a Premier League coach now. His first experience in the Premier League as a full coach, not assistant. So they can always, manipulate the guy or boss him around, basically. So, fingers crossed, we'll see what's going to happen. But basically, transfer window for this January for Chelsea, we have 8 days to go, is in shambles. I don't know, maybe there's a surprise that's going to come before the end of this window for a striker, super striker. Just shock me. Shock me, buy Sesko, Gokores or Osimhen. Just shock me. And you let me shut up. Because Jackson cannot score goals. We can't give us the tally of what Haaland or Salah is giving us. And we can't rely on Kopama too. Because Kopama, when he's 60, 65 minutes, he's tired. He's tired. Tosin started scoring now. James started scoring now. When midfielders and strikers are not scoring. We're just praying and hoping that James will not be injured again. I rest my case. So we'll share the news, another news tomorrow. Latest in the world of football, in the world of transfer news, and also, preview to the Saturday game, Manchester City against Chelsea, right? Thank you for liking, for subscribing. Your boy still remains Alpha Leo and Anson Cochito. And have a wonderful day. Cheers, guys. Thanks, guys. Bye.